Hi guys, it's Frederica from Deena Strategies. I don't think I ever told you what I do for a living, right? I come on here and I do these really cool videos, and you think I'm like really cool, and I am, right? Yeah, I am. But anyway, so what I do is that I work with nonprofits and philanthropic organizations to ensure that there is a racial lens in their work, you know? So I work with schools, I do equity studies, and I just do a whole lot of things. But the basis of my work is to help those of us that are in this service arena make sure that we hear the stories of everyone, which has not always been easy for me because I was so committed to that sometimes it meant that people did not want me at the table, you know? And that's okay because those were lessons for me to learn too. But I've always stood firm on what I believe about what is right for people, what is right for people, all people, black, white, brown, otherwise, all people. And so today I wake up and oh my God, the world has been invaded by these black boxes. And I thought, what, my Instagram account it's flooded with these little black boxes. What is that? So I go out and I read about these little black boxes, and the black boxes are to show solidarity. And so I want to tell those of you that are my friends that if you think you have work to do, take the box down. Take the box down because you still have work to do. And the box says that you're done. And many of you know that you still have work to do. Now, I won't make a list because I love you too much. And because I really do want us to get this together. And so calling you out would not be good. But you know yourself, if you put a black box up today, and I know, take it down. Take it down and instead replace it with a commitment to listen. Replace it with a commitment to allow your story to have an override, to be overridden, to hear someone else's story. I cannot tell you how many tables I sat down at. If you know me, if you are any one section removed, you know that I live a life that is just very diverse. And so I'm in a whole lot of places. I have a whole lot of conversations with people. And, I'm going to tell you, we have a lot of work to do. We have work to do. We have work to do. I've always tried to be the friend that said, this is the work you have to do. Now, some folks don't want to hear that, but now we have to, right? And so I want to tell you that those boxes are not good. They are not good when you know that you yourself are not ready, that your organization is not ready, that your board of directors are not ready. You take the box down, okay? And replace it with a commitment that says that we as an organization, we as a people, I as a person, recognize that I don't know everything about race. And I realize that my story is not the only story. There's a few stories out there, right? And that I realize that now it is time for me to listen. And not to listen with my pride, but to hear with my heart. To hear with my heart. If you've ever been a bystander, if you've ever, watched a child be discriminated against and, you knew it was wrong, but you didn't want to say anything, I need you to write the pledge, okay? Now, I can write the pledge too because, so many times I sat at the table and sometimes I wouldn't say anything because it meant my livelihood, right? So you got to eat, girl loves lobsters and crabs. And so I wouldn't say anything. So I too have been a bystander. It really took a decision and an act of God for me to move out into my own space where I am not afraid anymore, because I know that if I don't tell you my experience, then you can't fix it for others. So I have to tell you. And it's ugly, and it's not nice. And sometimes there were people in it that maybe they didn't even know they were doing bad. I don't know, but it wasn't good. It wasn't good. And so luckily we have this opportunity to do the work. The work. So if you have ever come close to an issue about race and you didn't stand up for someone, or you didn't speak out, or you didn't stop, right? You just didn't stop. Take the box down. Replace it with a commitment to do the work. Take the box down, replace it with a commitment. Because, those of us who have had relationships with you, we're looking to see who puts that box up. Because we've got our stories about you, right? And so I want to help you. I don't want to be here to fight you. I want to help. But I want you to be accepting of my honesty. Just be accepting of my honesty that I'm going to say. I had a friend the other night. She sent me a note. I love her. I love you. I love you. And she said, don't you think that you and I said, you still have work to do. You still got a little bit of work to do. Now, I love you. I love you, and I would walk to the ends of the earth with you. But you have work to do. You, my friend, have work. So I'm going to tell you, if you think you have work to do, take that box down. Take the box down. That box says you've done the work. And I'm going to tell you, if the work was done, folks would not be in the streets right now. So I'm going to ask my friends who call me and say, hey, Frederica, what can I do? What can I do? I'm going to tell you, you have to do the work. You got to do the work. And sometimes that may mean that it goes against everything that feel about yourself, but you got to do the work. You got to put yourself in another person's shoes and just, hear it, you just got to hear it. So take the box down today, replace it with a commitment to do the work, understanding that the work is different. It is not going to be the way you have considered the work, right? Air quote, right? No. The work is work. It is work. It is the same work that I've had to do my whole life in order to exist. Just to exist. To be a wife. To be a mother. Just to be an aunt. To be a cousin. Just to exist. I've always had to do work. Extra work that you don't even know. Because I'm not going to tell you everything. This girl's got secrets. And she doesn't want you to know that sometimes you say things that just throw me. That I'm almost paralyzed at your words, Like I had a friend one time I called and said, oh my God, don't you see how they're treating us? Don't you see how they're treating us? I mean, it was just, I just needed a friend, and I thought we were friends. And, we were going through this really bad racial thing, And listen, and when it engages your children, it makes you nuts, right? And so my friend, I said, hey, friend, I know we love each other. What are we going to do? What are you going to do? And she said, you're just going to have to, just kind of take it for the team. And you're just going to have to, just ignore it. Be the bigger person. Be the bigger person. And that was hurtful, because probably what she didn't know is that I had been the bigger person since I was born. And it was just so hard to be the bigger person when it involved my child, I got so many stories to tell you that you would be just amazed at. And some of them involve many of you that I love, right? Now, what you can tell everybody is that if you, but Frederica will correct it. I'll correct it. I was so lucky to be raised in an environment of everybody. Like I was the only little black girl in this whole little, community of folks that ate Lebanese food and drank Polish beer, right? Right, and so I had to learn how to survive, adapt, survive, adapt. You figure it out. I don't know, but it turned out okay. And so I use those lessons to try to teach us all how to work together. I use the lessons of my own intersectionality, into a larger world to try to teach my friends how to be intersectional. So today I just need you to take that box down and I need you to agree to do the work. If you're a friend of mine, I'm still here. Even if you've done some really horrible things to me or one of my children or grandchild, hey, okay, right? I'm still here because you know me to be that person. I'm still here. I'm going to tell you the truth, but I'm still here. So listen, take that box down today. You're not ready. Take the box down. We're not ready. Do the work.